Okay, so this was the very basic thing which I tried to tell you. Uh, so in the second part, I will specifically focus on how to do the Twitter mining using NVivo 12. And what I try to share with you about the Twitter mining can be applied to LinkedIn mining. You can apply the same methods for Facebook data mining, and you can also do the same thing with your transcripts and video clips. So methods will be more or less similar, but I'm using Twitter mining in this portion. So here, what we are doing, again, we have come back to the navigation page, which I already showed you, so that you already understand. Sorry, I think I made a mistake. I went back, sorry. So in the Twitter mining research, using the Twitter mining, what we do, so I will just, again, it is a little bit theoretical, but it is important for you to be very clear about. So let me check on this, just wait. Okay. So normally Twitter mining is used for applications like sentiment analysis of Twitter data for predicting, for example, stock market movements. So recently, very famous research paper by one of the IM guy was related to, using the NVivo 12 software. He was doing it for 2-3 years, the Twitter data, and trying to see whether the sentiment of the people at the Twitter has direct relation with the fall of stock market. So when COVID-19 started, this person was able to predict very easily that in few days stock market will come down. So you know, if somebody can predict that stock market is going to come down, like what happened in 2008 and what has happened now, not only in India, all over the world. So Twitter data could be used with a direct link to. So this particular research paper is available, wherein this IM person, predicted that his data indicates that he could easily predict that very soon, in few days, stock market is going to fall down. So that was possible. Twitter sentiment analysis of real-time customer experience feedback for predicting growth of, for example, Indian telecom companies. Twitter mood, CP succession announcements, and stock returns, very similar. So I'm trying to tell you that these could be the possible uses and applications. There can be many others. Analyzing social media marketing on Twitter using sentiment analysis, which we'll be doing today. I'll show you. Then recurrent neural network based Bitcoin price prediction by Twitter sentiment analysis. That is also possible. Some of the examples. Online sentiment analysis in marketing research. Then opinion mining using Twitter feeds for political analysis. For example, I give you the example of Donald Trump. So even Twitter data can be used about what people think about Donald Trump. And you already know that Cambridge Analytica episode. So basically, it is claimed, but I don't know whether it is true, that Cambridge and Analytica were using the same software, and we were 12 only. And they made a lot of money, and it was banned, if you remember, in India when the last election happened in India. Cambridge Analytica company was banned. So they were using the Twitter data only, mainly, and that's why they could do something to shift the mood of the people using that research. So election result prediction using Twitter sentiment analysis, that can be done. Determining the popularity of political parties using Twitter sentiment analysis. So I will show you one example of this. I have collected one research paper wherein the leader of the opposition party, Rahul Gandhi, the person has written a research paper on his tweets, and he has analyzed something. So I will show you that research paper. He has also used the NVivo 12 for this. So that paper is published. So what in Twitter mining, what is the first step? First step is to frame your research questions. You may not be having the exact question, but whatever is there in your mind, you can have a general view that what you are trying to understand, right? So can we predict the future stock market movements using Twitter analysis? This could be the research question. How Twitter mining can help in understanding the mood of the citizens during the election period? This could be the research question. Can Twitter data be used of understanding the sentiments of public over a political issue? This could be the research question. How people are using Twitter during conferences? Higher education scholars' participation and practices on Twitter, or even it can be, you know, the participation of faculty members of higher education on Twitter. How they what they write, what is the you know. So this could be the research area. How Twitter is useful in university research, teaching and impact activities, impact of social sciences, maximizing the impact of academic research. So, you know, these can be some of the first step of framing your research idea. So you may further refine it. That is the beauty of qualitative analysis, because you start with some very basic research question, and you go narrower, deeper. Second step is that you log into your Twitter account. Now, when you log into your Twitter account, you can search the tweets two ways. One is with hashtag and another is without hashtag. Okay. So hashtags are very limited hashtags. For example, today I will try to use a hashtag vaccine. So when I say hashtag vaccine, obviously I'm talking in current situation, the COVID-19 vaccine. So there is a hashtag available. But suppose I do not know that there is a hashtag which is called vaccine and which is very popular. I do not use the hashtag. I simply use COVID-19 vaccine. I can do that also, right? So we may have very similar results, but they may be slightly different. There may be slight difficulties, because when you use hashtag, the number of tweets are limited. And what we are looking for, in my opinion, from my own experience, you should have at least more than 10,000 tweets to analyze for a very good research paper. So suppose you are using the hashtag vaccine and you are not getting that many references or tweets. So probably you can remove the hashtag and maybe you can use vaccine or COVID-19 vaccine. So you can, if you do that, probably you'll get 13,000, 14,000 and sometimes 18,000 tweets. So that will be mined. And that too you want recent in last few days or last week or like that. So if it is the number, the period is longer, so your tweet data will be more. So these things has to be, you know, specific to your basic question, basic research question. So you have to select the desired period in advanced search, which I'll show you in the example. You have to, in the advanced search, you have to select the language, which I'll show you how you do it. And then you already have a downloaded add-on to your Chrome browser, which is called nCapture, which I showed you also in Vivo 12. Using nCapture, you can import the file. But to capture the data, you need the plugin, which is free of cost available for Chrome. You download that, so it will show you in your browser. I will show you how it looks like. And then you save the tweets as data sets, right? Not as HTML, because data set means text. So these tweets, if you save as data set, then it can be analyzed in NVivo. Well, I will show you. I'll take the example and I'll show you. So you try to, what you try to do, you try to save maximum tweets as the data set. I will not do that today. I will, when we will be downloading capturing the tweets, I will stop at 3,000, 4,000, because otherwise it will take too much of time. I will not be able to explain to you. So I will not capture the data of that particular hashtag which I use to 10,000 or 11,000 or 20,000. I will stop. You can stop in between also. So I will stop at, say, for example, 2,500, 3,000. And just for your knowledge, I will show you so that the software can be used faster. So I will do that. So I've just shown you, don't worry, even if you have not understood this slide. When I use this software, we'll talk about it. So in the Chrome browser, this kind of logo is visible. This kind of logo. Okay. So what you do, just a minute. So just a minute. I will use this. So this one. This is the logo, which you will see in Chrome. And we use this when we click this after going to your Twitter account. You will get something like this, and here you use this tweet as data set. After that, you have to click this button, capture. Okay, and when you capture, you can the capturing will start. It will take some time, little bit of time for capturing, and you can see the progress. To see the progress, you can click here. What is the progress? So if you see that your tweet data is already 15,000, 20,000, you can either stop it and you can, or otherwise you can wait also. There is no problem. That is the purpose of showing this progress, right? Okay. So let's go to the next slide. Okay. Okay. Next slide. And now what happens? Just a minute. So what happens then in the software, you will find output like this, sentiment analysis. So I will show you this something called auto code analysis. I am not able to show you here, but it's, I think, oh, I have to, okay, sorry. Yes, you can see it. You can see it. So this is welcome to auto code. So you have two things. Two things you can do with the auto code. I will show you when we will use this software. You can identify the themes. For example, we are talking of the reaction of Donald Trump. So when that tweet data is collected, now in the tweet there can be many themes. One theme can be elections, that from the perspective of election. Second theme can be COVID-19. Third theme can be the Republican versus Democratic Party. The fourth theme can be the migrants in India, in US, and the pandemic due to migrants or pandemic or the racism. In current scenario, one of the theme could be also in Donald Trump case could be also the racism. Now, so you find that in the tweet data which you have imported, there are several kind of themes which are available. So what you can do, why I'm saying this, that in this 20,000, 25,000 tweet data, you can select that particular thematic data and parse the other data. Suppose, for example, your research question about Donald Trump relates to migrants. So if one of the theme is migrants, then you parse the data of the other themes. You can do that, and you can analyze this migrant data itself. You can do that also. So this is why I'm showing you this. This is very important because as I remember, I told you that you start with a basic research question, and then you go deeper. So using this theme, identification of the theme, you can do that. And another thing what you can do, you can identify sentiments. Now, this sentiments can be identified either on this whole 20,000 tweet data, or maybe 3,000 tweets which are related to a particular theme. So that also you can do. And in this, you can have 4 categories or 5 categories. Here it is in sentimental, 4 categories are there: very negative, moderately negative, moderately positive, very positive. So this kind of thing can be done here. So don't worry, I will show you this thing in practical. And in what we are trying to do, we are trying to analyze the tweets which we have imported. So when we what we are trying to do, we are trying to mine, or we are trying to do the Twitter mining, and we are trying to understand that these tweets also has something called that they come from different locations of the world. So we can also do location analysis. You can see here, right? Different locations. Okay. So I will show you this also. And then you can classify those tweets 20,000 or less. If it is thematic, it will be less. So it may be theme based, it may be the complete on, for example, on Donald Trump itself. So you will find that who are the main users who are tweeting the maximum. So tweet analysis, you are number of references means number of tweets, number of references of that particular topic which you are trying to identify in those tweets, and who are the usernames. It may not be very useful because you are not concerned with the username normally. So it is not a very good analysis of username. But what is important is location, which I just showed you. That, for example, in this example, you can see that maximum tweets are coming from Philippines and second maximum is coming from India. Philippines, India. So what is the keyword is not visible here, but whatever is the keyword, which is the theme of the research, the maximum tweets are coming from Philippines and second maximum from India. Okay, right. So this is one. Now another thing what you can do, you can also analyze the tweet according to hashtag. So for example, very common hashtag, lockdown, COVID-19, these are hashtags which are very popular. KCR, I don't know what is KCR, breaking, all these hashtags. So you will see that in this particular research example, you can see that the maximum tweets references are with the hashtag lockdown. So it could be vaccine also, hashtag vaccine, which I will be using today in this case. Okay. So what else can you do? What else can you do with this apart from tweet analysis? What else you can do in tweet analysis? You can create a word tree or a word cloud, which is very, very common in research papers. I will show you that in a word cloud, you will know that which are the keywords which are most used in that particular theme. You can have a sociogram. You can have a thematic analysis, which I have already told you, using AutoCode. Then answer of a research question. You will still start getting the answers to your research question. You can do tweet analysis, username, location, hashtag, which I just told you. You can do location analysis, which I just showed you. And then, of course, you can do sentiment analysis. So these are the things which you can do.